What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Rage in a Cage with Bam Bam and Schwaggs. I'm your host, Frank Bam Bam Horak. With me, as always, my co-host, Mikey Schwaggs.
Hey Frank, how's it going?
It's going good, Mike. We got a great card coming up. UFC on Fuel.
Yes, it is the first event on Fuel. We got 6 main card fights. First time ever, I think, on a free UFC card, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I like the 6 main card fights. So hopefully that's a trend that keeps going. 6 main card fights sounds good to me.
Yes, it does. Indeed, it does. Let's get right to it. The first fight of the night: John Prince Albert versus Ivan Menjivar. Frank.
A nice bantamweight fight to kick things off. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John Albert was on the last Ultimate Fighter show. Didn't
Yep.
really impress me too much when he was on the show, but in the finale, he looked really good, knocking out a fellow castmate, Dustin Page. He looked definitely improved stand-up, and he looked pretty impressive in that fight, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I think he did look impressive in his last fight in the finale. I thought he wasn't bad on the show. He got caught in his one fight, but I thought he did pretty good overall on the show. Ivan Menjivar's looked pretty good in his last 2 fights in the UFC.
So I like Menjivar. I think in this fight, I think what really was going to come down to his experience. Menjivar's got the experience. He's a good striker, good submissions. I actually have him winning first round submission over Mr. Albert.
Really, first round
No,
submission.
no offense to Mr. Albert, but yeah, I like
You get-
Menjivar.
you-
He's looked impressive his last fights. I like his submissions, and I think he's going to put Albert away in first round. I
All
think
right,
experience is the key in this fight.
all right. You could say experience may be the key, but I got my upset special of the
Upset
night.
special.
John Prince Albert. I think he's going to be able to work his stand up pretty well in the fight, and he's going to be able to control the stand up, and he's going to try and keep the fight standing because obviously Ivan Menjivar's jiu-jitsu background,
Oh, I
and
do
it's
know.
pretty good. So he's going to want to keep this fight standing, and I think he's going to be able to knock him out in the second
Knock
round.
him out. All right. Well, I like that we have a difference already. These fights count for a race for the case of beer.
Yes, these
So,
are very important fights.
Important fights. I like that we have a different one right off the bat. I
Right
got
off the
Menjivar.
bat.
You
That's
got
great.
Albert. All right, let's go. Let's get another one.
Let's get right into it. Another bantamweight fight. He was a finalist.
Finalist. I don't think that's a word.
That's the second time I think I've done that.
All right.
He was a finalist on
Finalist,
the
that makes
last
more
Ultimate
sense.
Fighter finale
Yes,
TJ
TJ
Dillashaw.
Dillashaw.
versus Valil Watson.
It's another good bantamweight fight. Dillashaw, didn't look too good in his last fight, losing to Dotson. But, Dotson, I think, is going to be a force to be reckoned with in that bantamweight
Forced to be
division.
reckoned with.
Force to be absolutely. So Dillashaw is a good wrestler, good with the ground and pound. He's got the good cardio. I like Dillashaw. I think he actually has a bright future in the UFC. But in this fight, though, I do have Watson winning. I think
You like him, but you have Watson winning.
I do, because
That's
this is
interesting.
more of a gut thing. I think Dillashaw is going to
Oh,
be
gut.
controlling the fight with his wrestling, winning the fight. 2 rounds up, going into that third round. But I think
Really?
the jiu-jitsu of Watson is going to be the difference maker, and he's going to submit Dillashaw in the third round.
You like these jujitsu guys.
I do. I do. I do like him.
All right. That's some expert analysis from
Absolutely.
Frank right
I like.
there.
Well, I'm going to go with triangle choke by Watson.
Triangle choke. Look at you throwing out
Absolutely.
all these submissions right off the bat.
Absolutely.
All right, I agree that I think Dillashaw is going to be able to control the fight with his wrestling, and he's going to be able to control the fight on the ground and try and stay away from that jiu-jitsu game of Watson. And I think he's going to be able to win by ground and pound in the third round, TKO.
TKO. All right, so we got two finishes, two different ones right off the bat. Very
Yes.
nice. All right, let's keep it going.
All right, let's keep it going. Let's get into a heavyweight fight right now.
Nice.
Two UFC newcomers, Stipe Miocic versus Phil DeFries.
All right, both of them 1-0 in the UFC.
Yeah,
Both
both.
a bit unknowns, but I like Stipe actually. I like he's a great stand-up.
Great
DeFries,
stand-up.
his last fight, he had basically no stand-up in his last fight. DeFries, he's good with the takedowns though, but I think Stipe can keep this fight standing. Stipe's gonna. I got a second round TKO for Mr. Stipe.
Second round TKO.
I do.
For
I
Mr.
think
Stipe?
he's got good hands in the heavyweight division. I look forward to seeing this guy fight more, and I think he puts away Mr. DeFries.
Okay. I disagree with that.
Wow.
I think
That's great.
Mr. DeFries didn't look that bad in stand up in his last fight. I don't
Yeah,
know
no.
what fight you were watching.
I
I
know
don't even
exact-
know if you watched the
I
fight.
did watch the fight. He
I
had
think you're just
no
throwing stuff
stand-up.
out there.
Absolutely
But
not.
I thought he didn't look bad in his stand up, and he had great takedowns, and he's got a pretty good jiu-jitsu game. So I think he's going to be able to get the fight to the ground, and he's going to be able to submit Mr. Stipe in the third round with a Kimura.
Not happening. Whoa, he's going breaking out the Kimura. Not happening. Second round TKO.
Okay, Frank, you could disagree all you want,
I will agree to disagree. Let's
but
keep
we
it
will
going.
see tomorrow.
We will see tomorrow.
Let's keep it going. Let's get into another great fight, middleweight fight. Aaron A. Train Simpson versus Rony Marcus.
Yep, Marcus middleweight debut.
Classic wrestler versus grappler.
Yes, it is. And then Marcus made his UFC debut at light heavyweight. Was victorious, won a decision. He's got a bright future, the young fella. But Aaron Simpson, though, 37 years old, world class wrestler, great wrestler.
Yes, we all know he's a world
When he
class
fights,
wrestler.
though, the upper type competition, like he lost to Chris Lieben and Mark Muniz back to back, but now he's put together a nice 3-fight win streak. I look at Aaron Simpson. I know you like to throw that gatekeeper term around a lot. I look at Aaron Simpson kind of as a gatekeeper in the middleweight division. When he fights that upper tier, doesn't do so well, but more of the middle to bottom tier, though, he's pretty dominant. I see a middleweight debut for Marcus, so I see Aaron Simpson winning this fight. I'll go with decision for Aaron Simpson. I think it'll be a good fight, but I got Aaron Simpson winning this.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight, and I think this fight all depends on the weight cut for Marcus, because like you said, it's his first fight in the middleweight division. So who knows how this weight cut went for him? Obviously, we'll see at the weigh-in tonight. So I don't know. I'm kind of in a toss-up between this fight right now.
Toss it up. Let's go. We're picking fights over here.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you with Simpson. He's a UFC veteran. He always beats those middle of the pack guys, and that's where I think Marcus is at right now.
Yeah, he's never been making the middleweight debut.
First middleweight
fight.
fight.
In the middle of the pack. At the very best.
I think I'll agree. I think Simpson's going to be able to win this fight with his wrestling, and he's going to take it with a decision.
All right, so we finally agree on one. We got Aaron Simpson winning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the co-main event, a couple of heavyweights.
Yep, another heavyweight fight, big heavyweight fight. Stefan Struve versus Dave Pee Wee Herman.
I'm looking forward to this fight. This has fight of the night potential. I like this fight. And I was talking experience before. I think when you look at this fight, you talk about Stefan Struve with all the UFC experience, his 10th UFC fight. It's his 10th UFC fight, and Stefan Struve is only 23 years old.
Yep, he's a very young guy.
He's still filling into that 6'11" frame. He's still got, I think, a lot of potential in the heavyweight division. I like Struve in this fight. He's finally worked. He's got an 83-inch reach, which is just ridiculous. And he's learning more and more how to use it. Nasty with the submissions. His last fight, triangle choke on Pat Berry with the victory. Mm-hmm. I like Struve in this fight. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. I like Herman also. I think it'll be back and forth. I got Struve winning this. I'm going third-round submission for Stefan Struve.
Okay, well, guess what? We disagree again.
Boom, nice.
I thought Pee Wee Herman looked great in his last fight against John Olive Inamo, in which he won Fight of the Night. He also knocked Inamo out.
Yes, he did.
He did look tired, though. But I think that was from a bad weight cut. He had a pretty bad weight cut. I don't know why he was cutting weight at heavyweight.
Yeah. No, I liked Herman. Impressed me in his last fight. I thought he was going to lose that fight. Yeah. I definitely did, and he looked impressive.
His cardio didn't look that good. He's got great hands on the stand-up. He's got pretty good takedowns. I don't think he's going to want to take this fight to the ground. He's going to want to keep it standing against Struve, but Struve has a pretty good reach advantage over Herman. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think Herman's going to be able to take this fight, though, with a second-round TKO.
Second-round TKO. I think it's definitely going to be a good fight. It's going to be a close fight.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be fight of the night.
I think, though, Struve is the better fighter. This is a little step up in competition for Herman. I think Struve takes this fight. So, all right, we're disagreeing.
Disagreement.
All right, let's get to the main event, welterweight. It's going to be a big one.
Should be
title shot implications, perhaps. It should be. It's a good fight.
Possible title shot implications.
Diego the Dream Sanchez against Jake the Juggernaut Ellenberger. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, Dream Sanchez coming off a victory in his last fight. Fight of the night against Campman. I know you don't think he won that fight.
Listen, I like Diego Sanchez. A lot of heart. He's always in a. You can never say a boring fight when you're talking about Diego Sanchez. He's always in a great fight. But I personally thought he lost the Campman fight. It was definitely a close fight, though. I could easily see Campman win that split decision. Diego got the split decision. That's fine. Diego, he's a good fighter. There's no question about it. But I think Ellenberger, though, is great. Because when you look at what Diego tries to do in his fights, wants to take the fight to the ground, some ground and pound, impose his will. Ellenberger has a great wrestling background, but he's got a great chin, and his stand-up is getting better and better. He's got knockout power. Finished Jake Shields. Jake Shields hasn't been finished since 2000. First time to finish. He finished Jake Shields like he was nothing. Yeah, it was just unbelievable.
Less than a round. It was like a minute.
Has been very impressive. 5-1 in the UFC. He's one loss losing to
The
Carlos
champion.
Condit, which was
He's the interim
also was a
champion.
very close split decision that could have went Ellenberger's
Yes,
way.
I would agree with
So
that.
I have Ellenberger winning this fight. I just think he's on another level at this time right now. Diego's definitely going to give him a good fight, but I have Ellenberger winning. I'm going to go third round TKO. Ellenberger wins this fight.
Now, this fight isn't a 5-round fight either, right?
I don't believe it is. I believe it's a 3-round fight, and I have Ellenberger winning the third round. I just think he's the better fighter, just hands down.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you. I think wherever this fight goes, Ellenberger is better than Sanchez on the ground. If Sanchez tries to take the fight to the ground, I don't think he'll be able to take Ellenberger down. He's got some serious power in his hands.
Absolutely. Now, on stand-up, I would say Sanchez has like a little more of the speed factor. He might be able to land a couple more punches, but Ellenberger with the great chin, he's got the knockout power. I don't know if he'll be able to knock Diego out completely,
He
but
hasn't been.
I could see him getting a stoppage, though. Ellenberger he's the real deal.
Yeah, he really is. And he could possibly get in a title shot if he
He
finishes this fight in a vicious fashion.
Well, let's talk about now a title shot, because obviously there was a rumor of a rematch between Condit and Diaz, which I thought was ridiculous. I didn't think Diaz deserved a rematch, but there was that talks of that rematch. So that they were talking about a rematch tells me that maybe GSP's recovery time is going to be taking a little bit longer than expected, and they're going to want Condit to have another fight.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously now Diaz thing isn't going to happen because he got
tested positive for
marijuana, which
Are you kidding me?
Ridiculous. I mean, I think
we all know he's got a medical marijuana.
For living in
California,
California,
but come
still, how stupid
you know
can
you're
be?
fighting.
It's no mystery. You get tested before the fight and you get tested after the fight. Now
That's the second time it's happened to him.
We can both agree that
marijuana, the first time.
It's not a performance enhancer.
No,
so it's not like it
obviously.
helped him in the fight, but still. For me, a lot of people say it's a lack of intelligence. Diaz is dumb. I don't think that. I just think it's a lack of disrespect for the sport. You're fighting your biggest fight of your career. You're going for the UFC title, UFC welterweight title. It's your biggest fight.
And
you should know what's in your system. You're not going to test positive for anything that's illegal, anything that shouldn't be there. It makes no sense. So I'm glad, though, he tested positive, so now that rematch talks can be thrown out. But I think if Ellenberger wins this fight, he should be the #1 contender. If GSP's not ready, then Condit, Ellenberger, 2 should happen for the welterweight title. In my personal opinion. I think if Diego wins, I don't think Diego should get a shot yet.
Nah.
But
if Diego wins,
well, then it makes things interesting. Diego wins, then you got to look
talk about
Hendricks,
Koscheck, which
the winner of that fight. I saw that fight got announced. I was happy to see that fight get announced. That's going to be another good fight.
That's going to be a great fight.
We got till May, so we'll dissect that fight a little later on. But I like that fight, and that's got some potential title implications also if Ellenberger doesn't win. But if Ellenberger wins, though, in my opinion, at least, I think he's the clear-cut #1. If GSP obviously is not healthy enough to go, and
he's definitely the clear-cut #1 contender.
I would
if he
think
wins,
so. Yeah,
because he's like you said, he's been on a tear in that welterweight division. 4-fight win streak.
Absolutely, his only loss. Came to Carlos.
He's finished
Condit,
every fight too.
Split decision. So I would like to see that rematch, Condit Ellenberger.
I think that would be a great rematch.
But first, he's got a tough test with Diego, but it should be interesting. So we disagreed on a lot of these fights.
Yeah, this was pretty good. This is going to make the race to the case a lot
interesting.
Someone's
going to move up in that race to the case.
Yes, I can't wait till Thursday.
Yeah, we'll talk about it then. We'll see who was right, who was wrong. I'm going to be right, but we'll see.
Oh, Frank always thinks he's going to be right.
And it should be, a great card on Fuel. So I think when we come back, though, we're going to talk a little basketball and a little hockey. So
we get into a little insanity in New York.
I'm going to give you some
How have we not talked about this yet?
With hockey, so it's going to be good. So stick around.
Great.
We'll be right back.